Hi guys, Mr. Ridgway here for another episode of our continuing DCUSH series. Today we're going to be taking a look at the novel New Deal, FDR's first 100 days in office. So once you've completed your warm-up here on Verso, we're going to get going past that point. So what this lesson is designed to do is to help you look at the intention and impact of really like what was life like in the first 100 days of FDR's administration. And so the impact of his first Fireside Chat. We're going to listen to it and then also kind of like break it down and kind of look at people's responses to it, how it made them feel. And then we're going to look at key organizations and acts in FDR's 100 days and then synthesize their intentions. So we'll talk about the alphabet soup agencies and what they're all trying to do. So FDR's first Fireside Chat. To give you a little bit of context here, FDR was elected in 1932 by an overwhelming margin, okay? So, again, FDR is a Democrat, Herbert Hoover was a Republican, so obviously with the economy being the way things are, people's attitudes towards electing certain folks have changed, and when FDR is elected, he sits down and he says, we're going to do as much as possible to address the crisis on hand. And one of his first tasks that he says he's going to do is he's going to address probably what would be one of the more pressing things during the Depression, and that is the panic and the runs on U.S. banks. Okay, so again, banks are kind of an important thing. They literally make the economy work. And if you have people who are constantly taking their money out of the bank, then the economy kind of grinds to a halt because banks need to be able to lend capital in order for things to work. Okay, so what FDR decides to do is to address the nation via radio in what becomes known as his first of many weekly fireside chats. And this really also kind of speaks to the power of radio at the time where like FDR is using this new medium that's only been out roughly about 7 years to reach more Americans personally in their living rooms than more people ever had before. And so FDR's first thing is he's going to try to calm and reassure people, but then to address this crisis, the panic and the runs on the bank. Okay, so what you're going to do here is you're going to be listening to FDR's speech, you're going to try to analyze its intention, and then how did it impact the American population. And so all the resources you're going to need are over here. Okay, so if you need to pause this video right now because you're using this as a walkthrough for you, I would go ahead and do so now. Okay, so FDR's first 100 days, besides doing all of his weekly fireside chats that he eventually starts doing, is basically a slew of what are called the alphabet soup agencies. These are lots of little acronyms that stand for things, but that he's trying to deal with problems that are related to the Great Depression in a whole variety of ways. Okay, so FDR immediately, yes, calls Congress into a special session upon taking the presidency and pushes for a whole string of laws. And today many of the agencies or programs are known as the 100 Days or the First New Deal. Okay, so what you're going to be doing here is there's a resource over here, okay, and it has a folder with a whole bunch of like basically slides on them. And you're going to pick 4 out of the 6 there, and you're going to make a prediction. Okay, for actually all of these guys. So if you click this worksheet here, and I'll go ahead and do this so you guys can see. Okay, so you're going to take this worksheet and you're just going to make a prediction as to these things. What do you think they do? And so we have lots of acronyms that we could talk about: the FSA, the CCC, the TVA, the NIR, the PWA, and then you're going to make a prediction in this left-hand column right here. Okay, and then you're going to actually put down right here what it really did, and you're kind of summarizing the slides that I've given to you as a resource. And importantly, please don't forget about this question over here to the right. It says, synthesize its intentions. Is there a common ideal guiding the 100 days? If yes or no, why? So is there like a philosophy behind it that seems to give like guidance to why FDR is passing certain acts over others? Some historians have said there's absolutely no kind of logic to the New Deal, at least the first New Deal. They say it's like, just FDR like throwing stuff out there and seeing if it sticks. And then other people say like, no, there seems to be like an intentionality to it. So if yes or no, why? What do you think? Okay, cool. So once you've then synthesized those ideals, that's actually it for this lesson. Okay, just as a reminder, again, because as we are now finishing up towards the beginning of these 9 weeks, don't forget, keep up with all your in-class stuff. Only yesterday. I will tell you also that the project for Amusing the Million and Only Yesterday is now up on Canvas. Actually, it always has been, but I would tell you now would be probably a good time to go ahead and check it out. Okay, and then we will be taking a midterm. Alrighty, and I'll see you guys next time.